Okay, let me go ahead and find my write-up here. Very good. Okay, so I read that chapter and go back to verse 59:21. Remember, we read that had this Quran was revealed to a mountain. Okay, we talked about it last time. This is, had we revealed this Quran to a mountain, you would have seen it humbling itself reverently due to the fear of God. And these are examples that we'll cite for the people that they may think. Okay, God always encourages you to use your brain. Okay, so we want to discuss that further. So 59, 21st verse from the beginning of the Quran is 85:14. Remember? He is the all-forgiving, the all-loving. He is the all-forgiving, the all-loving. That's what 85:14 says. So as I said last time, 59:21 is 31 times 191. And the indices of these prime factors are 11 and 43. But 1143 is 9 times 127. Okay? By the virtue of 59:21 being from the beginning of the Quran, verse 59, 21st verse from the beginning of the Quran. Okay, this should be verse here. Verse from the beginning of the Quran is 85:14. For the longest time, I didn't know why 85:14. I couldn't figure it out. Okay, so 85:14. I've known these before. 85:14 is the 473rd overall sequential revealed verse. And 473 is also 11 times 43. So you see, one of those, let me just go back to $85.14. You see that? Right here. 59:21, which is I can't do that. 59:21, which is 31 times 191. 473 is 11 times 43, but 11 is the index of 31, and 43 is the index of 131. Can you imagine that these two things are connected in such a way? Then we go to this 85:14. So why 85:14? And we'll figure it out together. So as we know, 9 has 127 verses. Now, 85:14 composite happens to be 97:12. But remember now, this 97:12 is a very unique number. We don't notice it at the beginning. Why? Because we don't pay attention. But that is 1279. And remember 9127? Okay, so 9712 happens to be the 23rd permutation of the 19th permutation, 9127. And 23 is the 9th prime number. See, it keeps going back to chapter 9. Okay? We can factor it out. And we factor it out, 9712 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 607. Those 2's are the first prime number. So the indices of these prime factors are 1, 1, 1, 1. And 607 is the 111th prime number. So the indices, they form a 7-digit number which has all ones. Okay, which gives you a hint that this is a binary system of numbering system because they're all ones. In binary system, you could only have 0 and 1 at the basis of the computer. Okay, so That in base 2 is equal to 127 in base 10. Remember, 23rd was the ninth prime number? So we are back to 9127. Chapter 9 has 127 verses. So now it wants to link it to a very solid number of counts in the Quran. It wants to say that, that this is connected to a very solid number of counts, number of initial counts in the Quran. And look what happens. 9127 plus 9712 is equal to 18839. This happens to be a prime number. It happens to be the 2147th prime number. And 2147 happens to be the frequency of Ha plus Mim in surahs 40 to 46. Okay? There are no alefs involved, there are no hamza involved, there are no yas involved. There is nothing like that that can be disputed. Okay? Which, what it tells you is that those ha-mims in that chapter actually control, okay, that chapter 9 is supposed to have 127 verses, or the other way around. If 9 has 127, it actually guarantees the spelling of all of those words in chapter 40 through 46. Okay? That's what God says in a protected book, in a protected tablet. That's what the protected tablet is. This protected tablet is not going to go away because there are wars, because there are floods. Because I said, this Earth is going to vanish tomorrow, or this galaxy is going to collide with another galaxy. It won't matter. These numbers are still going to be there. Okay? No matter where you go, 111 1111 in base 2 is 127 in base 10. That is not going to change. These are eternal relations in number system. Okay? When you add two numbers together, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Why is it? Because that's based on the truth. That's how they were created. Otherwise, they would not be created. If they were not the truth, they would not be created. So 9127 plus 9712 is always 18839. And that is not going to change. It's always going to be 18839 because that's based on the truth. And as far as the prime numbers are concerned, it's going to be 2147 prime number. 18839 is always going to be 2147 prime number. This is what God is talking about when he says, in a protected tablet. That's how God protected it. And so, for our own good, we have to pay attention to those verses. Okay? Mississippi is losing water right now. Okay? Mississippi is the lifeline of the eastern United States. It's the line, practically it's the lifeline. If you don't have the Mississippi River, we are going to be in horrendous trouble. We're going to lose gazillions of dollars. Forget about trillion. People are going to starve to death. Okay, because there's not going to be commerce along the Mississippi. Okay, and it's going down. The water level is going down. We just don't have enough rain. Okay, when God says, I poured upon them abundant rain, see, if that's too much rain, you're going to have flood. If you have too little rain, you're going to have a drought. So that has to be abundant, but to a acceptable level. So it would not destroy everything. And so if we continue doing this, continue lying and cheating and embezzling and all kinds of stuff that people do, okay, this is going to be the consequences. And as I said, then we get to a point, as I said, different viruses come in, stick their ugly heads out, and we don't understand it, why this is happening, and all kinds of stuff. And then God, through His infinite mercy, He teaches us how to get, some kind of treatment for that. So all kinds of things are happening around us. And the reason is because we keep disobeying God's commandments. And those commandments are only designed for our own good. That's what God says. Okay? Those commandments, those instructions are given to us for our own good. So if we do that, we're only hurting ourselves. And we see the consequences. And the consequences are severe. That's what God says. We just read it. His strike is severe. So we should ask God to help us in this endeavor and teach us how to be better people. Okay? How to give to charity. How to do our prayers, how to commemorate God, how to respect God the way He should be respected. Okay? And keep us away from the agony of all of these things that are happening around us, both here and the hereafter. Okay? So I'm going to stop here and we'll finish our Friday prayers about Kabir.